you don't have any money to start your online business, tired of seeing these different videos where people are making you feel like you have to give up your last dollar in order to do something, and you just want somebody to actually give you an action plan on how to come up with some money to do these things online. My name's James Famba. I'm a legacy builder. I used to be so broke. I didn't have no help, guys. And fast forward to today, now I'm having $1,000 days. I've been able to make over $10,000 a month multiple times. And I just want you to know that I didn't start out with money. So I want to share with you one of the things that I did way back in the day. And I'm going to show you proof, all right? It was smart, though, to help me build up my cash flow when my job went through budget cuts, because no one grows up doing digital marketing, right? You're lucky if you did, right? I would encourage it, but my job went through budget cuts. It got so bad I had to sell some of my belongings on Craigslist, like my PlayStation at the time, heartbroken, my computer, my what else? My camcorder. I had a camera. My wife, she sold her Michael Jackson collectibles because we were in it together. I was super sad that day. Someone came and bought it from Craigslist that same day that we put it up. And I had an aha moment. I was broke, I was down, but I realized, yo, if you have something to sell, you can make money, right? So when you're thinking of a job, it's so scary that if you're not hired by somebody else and you're their employee, you have no way to make money. I felt that way too. I wanted to make money doing music, right? I thought that's how I would do it. And I did have some wins with the music. I still have my publishing company. But anyway, guys, so check it out. I went on Craigslist, so I'll go on Craigslist for you guys. And I did an odd job. There was a couple that was moving out of the city. I found them on the gig section. They were moving. They needed help taking a couch down 3 flights of stairs. I went and helped that couple. I took the couch downstairs. They paid me money. I made $100, $50 for to do the work. But then the wife was like, "Babe, he did such a good job." So they gave me another $50. That was my first time ever where I made $100 in one day without a job. I know that fear of like, yo, well, tomorrow is not promised. That's the thing about entrepreneurship. It's every day is unpredictable, right? But there's also a power in that. You're not limited. Like my old job, I used to only get paid $10 an hour. When I worked an 8-hour shift, I only made $80. When I helped that couple by taking the couch down 3 flights of stairs and I made $100, that only took me like 30 minutes to get that couch down the stairs. So in 30 minutes, I made more providing a service than I did when I was working per hour. All right. So when I was leaving that couple, they gave me a box of books. I didn't know what to do with it, but I was super grateful. I came home, I went on Craigslist, and I went to the wanted section. I'm showing you guys this in action, right? So if you go down here, look for where you see wanted, right? And I haven't done this in so long. So here we go. You see for sale, wanted section. I clicked on the wanted section. You see, I'm letting it load in front of you guys. And I skipped a part. First, I went to the free section. Oh, no. Okay, I'm telling it to you guys the right way. You'll see where I went to the free section. So I went to the wanted section, right? And I went to books because the couple gave me a box of books. So like you see here where someone says buying comic books, they're in Manhattan. I found a bookstore. Look, you see books. We collect used books, pickups and deliveries. All right, so I'll use them as an example. Sag Harbor Books. We buy books. So you see this books place? Here's what I did. That couple gave me a box of books. I called a bookstore and asked them if they buy used books. They said yes. I got their location. I took that box of books to the bookstore. They paid me like 30 something dollars for that box of books, right? You're not going to get full price at all. I maybe got $1 or $2 per book. All right, but it was still something. So now that day, as my own boss. I didn't know anything about make money online. Just grinding, wanting to take care of my family. I made about $133 in one day. More money than I ever made under someone else. So yes, every day the future is scary because it's every day is different. What if you don't get any books tomorrow, right? I know. Even with your online business, well, what if nobody buys? You have to have the right mindset to just do the action steps that produce results and just stay in the present moment. When you're afraid of something not happening, you're thinking about a bad outcome in the future. You have to learn how to stay in the present moment and do the actions that produce results. Once you learn how to stay in the present moment and what are you doing right now to get that result that you want, and is that action in alignment, right? It can happen. It's hard for us to make our breakthrough when we don't want to do the action that's in alignment. But anyway, guys, here's where the free section came in. You see there's a bookstore that buys used books. What I did was I went to the free section on Craigslist now. So let's go back. I want you guys to see. This is how I came up with some extra money when I did not have a job and I didn't know about digital marketing yet. I just knew I needed a way to make money to feed my family. And while I was looking for gigs, I would see ads about work from home. And that's what made me start looking into it, because when I would be selling these books to the bookstores, there'd be competition. Anyway, you see free. I clicked on the free section and I typed in books. So I just was like a middleman. I found people who were leaving the city, giving away their books. I would help them pack. I would collect the books. I would go to stores that bought used books. So you see free. I'm in the free section. All I'm going to do is click books. All right, guys. So you see where, look at this as an example. Someone in Greenwich, random assorted books, free. Look, Portobello MBA. So I would collect these books. Look at this. Curb Alert in Brownsville. Free books for kids. Curb Alert is when somebody is leaving, and so they're just going to put their stuff on the curb, and it's first come, first serve. So I would go and look at these curb alerts, and I would see, okay, there's these people leaving. You see these books right here? This right here would be a gold mine. If I was still doing this back in the day, this is a little mini gold mine right here, right? So I would go travel to that place, collect those books, help the people with whatever they needed if they were still there. And then I would take the books to a bookstore. So that's the first way I made money online. But I would see ads on Craigslist about how people can earn from home. And then I went through so many things, right? Because you see, there's no perfect thing. There's going to be challenges in everything you do. So like, I remember I would have a shopping cart full of books. One time because the bookstore that I found, they were on 14th Street. I live in Brooklyn. And I'm not driving in New York City. Even now that I'm making money online, I just pay for car service, right? Because like I don't want to have to pay for parking. There's so many cars in the city. You don't have to get the Bentley or the Lambo, and there's nothing wrong with them. Beautiful cars, excellent. Get one, right? But I love just having car service. Not to jump topics, I'm gonna stick to it, but you know, I'm in New York City, so I'll be taking a train. And I remember one time I had a shopping cart full of books, and the wheel popped while I was going up the steps, traveling, and all the books flew all over the place, like on the platform where the train are. People just looking at me, I'm all sweaty. Nobody wanted to help me pick up those books. I did it. Then I was just starting to think about winter time. Like, man, do I really want to have to be lugging these books? And then on top of that, I thought that I had found like, the gold mine where nobody else knew about it. I was wrong. You see Curb Alert, free books, I would get to a place and you would see people already in like their white mover vans. People would rent trucks to go collect people's things because of like the reseller business model. One time there was this store that was giving away printer toner. And I knew that there was a place that bought toner. And I went to the store, I collected the toner. Guys, I made like $500 in one day from that. I want to show you my email really quickly because, people talk. Look, if you enjoy this video, let me get a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're into making money online. So you see that, guys, I had to grind. I wasn't just earning commissions from selling digital products. I didn't know anything about it. Look, this is me and my daughter. You see my email, Gmail account. You see James Famba at Gmail right above me. And then look, 2013. Look at me writing to people. Look, people giving away books. Offer, look, nonfiction books. I would reach out to them. You see, 2, 3, 8 messages. Monday, free. Great books. New. Fiction. Paperbacks. Moving out. You see how I said people would be moving out? I'll click on it. That way you know I'm not like on it like that. So you see that? This is me reaching out to people, letting them know, look, that I went to boarding school. I want to collect their books if they still have them. You could see where they said yes, come between this certain time. I would keep the books that I wanted, and then the other books I would sell to the books. I would just send to the bookstores. But you see all of these, look, free books. Look at that. So you see proof of me that I really did it. Look, buying old books, free books, book giveaway, nonfiction books. And so that's what I did. Look at the dates, 2013. So to go from that, that's how I would build up my cash flow to be able to invest in an online business. Now, here's something that I want to say to you. Like, if you've watched these different videos about making money online and you're like, yo, all right, but I don't have the money. I showed you one way that I was able to get the money. I sold some of my stuff. I had to because I have a wife and a daughter. And when my job went through budget cuts, I also was working on some music stuff and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to work. I have some music wins though. I wrote the theme song for this show on BET called The Deal with ASCAP, a known publishing company. I'll show you guys. This isn't a sales pitch video. This is a, yo, I don't got no money to invest in an online business. What can I do to get some money? So I'm just kind of sharing my life. So check this out. Here I'm on ASCAP, right? The American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. This is where you have big time recording artists and people just having their music tracked. I'll show you guys that I have work published, like with BET, with the show called The Deal. So I have music experience. So here, guys, look, I pulled it up. You see The Deal in ASCAP. Shout out to me, right? If you didn't know. So I love making music. And now I'm in my 40s. Yup, I'm 41. I know I don't look it because I'm doing what I love. But you know how sometimes it's like, hey, you're going to be a 40-year-old rapper. I have real credit. So you can see James Famba, The Deal writer. You see here, The Deal. See James Famba, ASCAP, publishers, BET Innovation Publishing. So I wrote the theme song for The Deal. Look, shares with ASCAP 100%. So I've earned some royalties, but music was slow. And I wish that I had the mindset that I have now, that I know how to run my own online business selling digital products. Because the same work ethic and consistency and showing up daily that I was able to develop even when I was collecting books, it's something different when you have a wife and a daughter and you have a mouths to feed. When I was doing music, I was younger. Like back then, even in these ASCAP times, I didn't have my wife or my daughter. I was single, young, fly, iced out. Yo, I was iced out when I was younger. I was the part, guys. Iced out. You know what I'm saying? I knew all the like famous rappers. I was in the game. You know what I mean? Going to parties and stuff. And I thought I was going to make it in the music industry, but it's very different there. I was depending on managers and stuff like that. And then when money got involved, people changed. So money got involved and people changed. And things started getting slower in the music. And that's when I needed something else to do. And then how I started making money, right? How I started making money when music was slow. And I did not have that CEO mindset or entrepreneur mindset back then. I was more like, yo, I'm an artist. Let me just focus on writing and let me have people do the work for me, right? So when things went down, man, I worked a regular 9 to 5. My younger sister has Down syndrome. Because of that, I had experience. I started working with children with developmental disabilities, but that whole time I wanted to do music. Then I had a songwriting deal happen right when my job went through budget cuts. I got paid a little bit of money. The deal didn't go through. That's what I'm saying, guys. And this is when I realized, you know what? I want to do something where I have full control of my income. I don't have to depend on a boss hiring me. I don't have to depend on a manager telling me it's okay to do something and they control my actions. I want something where I can feed my family and I'm my own boss. And that's what digital marketing allows you to do. There's companies out there, right? You don't never, like as an example, the program that I share now that's helping me that's this program, I'm having $900 days, not trying to flex on you, but I've been able to help so many other people make their breakthrough online because that's my goal. I want to have an impact on people's lives. Yes, it's about making money. That's why this video is about if you have no money to invest, what I did. This is about making money. I want to make money, but I want to help people make money as well. I don't want to have a boss ever. So I want to be my own boss. So that means we have to hold ourselves accountable because in order to be our own boss, we have to have a business. The cool thing about digital marketing now is that you don't need to have thousands of dollars in order to start your business. Like this program right here called the Legacy Builders Program. I have the link in the description to check it out, and I would 100% recommend it. I'll show you proof. They have 4 different programs. The Launchpad, their entry-level package, it's only $100 one time and a $39 website fee, so $139. But when you own the Launchpad, you get the master resale rights. So it's like a digital franchise. If you own McDonald's, you don't change the menu. When you own this program, you don't change up the digital products. You can resell the program for 100% profit. The Launchpad teaches people how to launch their business, how to brand themselves, how to build a following. So education, this program is on point. But anyway, you can earn $100 a sale. So let's say you were down to your last $139. Then I would not recommend starting a business because you're going to have $0 left and you're going to panic. But if you have $139 you're willing to invest into building up your wealth, right? Starting a business, you got to invest in yourself. Then picture spending $139 one time to own a program where you can get paid $100 a sale over and over and over again. 2 sales, you made your money back and you're in profit mode because there's no monthly fees. 10 sales is $1,000. Then they have the passive daily pay blueprint. This program is $339 one time. And if you own this program, you also get the Launchpad. So you have 2 income streams. Anytime someone buys passive daily pay blueprint from you, you get paid $300 right away. 1 sale a day would equal $109,500 a year. So $300 a day. Remember, if your goal is to make $100,000 in a year, you have to be able to make $274 like a day. Stick with me, guys, because this ain't a sales pitch video. This is what to do. What I did when I ain't have money. You see, I'm into music. So when you see me dropping freestyles and getting busy, understand I have the credits to back it up. Right? And I love working with artists as well as far as making money online. So if you wanted to start a home-based business, you ain't know who to work with, you ain't know who to trust, but you have a music bond, let's bond through music. Join me just because. I wrote the theme song to The Deal. It went, it's the deal, the deal. You better tune into it because your favorite artist will. If you nice and you rhyme unsigned and got skills and you want recognition, spit your game, then you will. Get the deal. It's Memph hits covering the field and diamond cuts on the wheels of steel. So chill. How you feel? You want the real? Then it's The Deal. Yo, I even performed it as well. So I wrote it and I performed it. But anyway, guys, what I wanted to show you was right here in the program from people following the guidance. Look at Donald making a $900 sale. That was 14 hours ago while going through the trainings. That's $900 in one day. Look at Marisuka. 36 minutes ago, she said payments while behind my desk, the best feeling ever. Whether it's $100 or $900, getting payments while sitting at your desk just motivates you even more to work towards the dream. So grateful that I get to help another person. So this is a business you can work even if you have a regular job. Look at Nadia. 9 hours ago. Healthy progress for me. I started with the $300 course. So remember, we have 3 programs, right? Build up your cash flow. If you got to sell books to bookstores, if you got to do odd jobs, I helped a couple take a couch down 3 flights of steps, right? Use that money because there's no monthly fees. And with master resale rights, you can like triple up. I'll show you what I mean, guys. But look, she started with the $300 program, made 2 sales, upgraded to the $900 program. All this in my first 4 weeks. So grateful and excited that I came across this program. Look at Wyndham and Elena, just 21 hours ago, another $1,000 day. Christina, 3 hours ago, another $900 sale. This put me at $40,000, $40,800 in 10 months into this business. And I have the link below. Evan, new PDP blueprint, $300. So passive daily pay blueprint. So that $300 program where I was telling you anytime you sell it, you get $300. You see that? Then we have the digital mastery. It's $639 one time. When you own this, you get all 3. So you have 3 income streams. Anytime someone buys digital mastery from you, $600. One sale a day would be $219,000 a year. Of course, it's not guaranteed. Just like when I was collecting books, you don't know, right? And then our top selling package is the Legacy Builders program. It's $900 one time plus a $39 website fee, but it gives you the ability to own all 4 of the digital products. The company makes your website for you. You get a free system to help you build your business on autopilot. And then on the inside of the program, they show you how to market and advertise, how to post ads, how to create content that attracts people to your business, and how to knock out all of the content creation, your income producing actions, how to knock it out in 2 hours a day. Now, back to if you don't have any money to invest in an online business, but you want to start. I understand. Here's what I want to say. The more money you spend, the more freedom you have. The more money you spend, the more freedom you have. So check this out. On my journey, I tried the free stuff. One time, I joined this like survey thing. It was free. They were like, yo, you're going to make all this money. When it was time to cash out, I had to fill out a bunch of surveys. Never was able to cash out. Found another free program, said I was going to make all this money. When it was time to collect, nothing. It was a waste of time. You have programs like ClickBank. ClickBank is free, but because it's free, remember, the more you pay, the more freedom you have. ClickBank is free, so they have rules. For you to get paid there, you have to make 5 sales of one of the products first. So let's say you want to promote different things on ClickBank. You can make 3 sales with one program. They're not going to pay you. If you make 2 sales with something else, they don't pay you. You got to make 5 sales with one product to get paid first. Then you got to wait 2 weeks later before they pay you, right? So that's an example of you don't have control of how you get paid. With this program that I chose, you have to pay for your program, but you only pay for it one time. But because you paid for it, this is how much freedom you get. You get the master resale rights. You keep 100% of the profit on every sale you make. So you don't have to share your money with anyone. Freedom. Another one, anytime you sell a product, you get paid directly from your customer. So it's instant payouts. I'm going to show you guys this, and it's not to flex. This is one of the $900 sales that I made from sharing this program. And you'll see the same day that I made the sale, I got access to the money the same day. And there's no monthly fees. So picture this happening multiple times per day. I'm inside of my email. You can see Friday, June 6th. Congrats, you have made a new sale. $900, right? So that was for their $900 package. Now I just have to respect the privacy of the name, but check it out. June 6th, I made a $900 sale. Here you see notification of payment received from PayPal. Friday, June 6th, you see that? Hello, James Famba, you received a payment of $900. So anytime you make a sale, you get access to your money instantly. You know what I'm saying? So it's worth paying one time to have the master resale rights to something that you could do over and over and over again. It's worth it to me. I paid $900 one time plus their admin fee. Look, without trying to flex, I'll show you some of my past results. And picture, it only takes one sale to pretty much break even, and then your second sale and beyond, you're in profit mode. I'm inside of my business email. For time purposes, I just put congrats, you just made a new sale, right? And look at some of these commissions that I've earned. Keep in mind, no monthly fees. And also, even before I read these numbers, this is why I recommend selling digital products. I knew that digital products was real from back in the book days because every physical book has an ebook, and nobody would say a physical book is a scam. How do you get the value from a physical book? You have to go through the material. You have to read the book. How do you get the value from a digital product? You have to watch the videos. So I always knew that digital products were real. You got to go through the digital information, right? But when I was selling books to bookstores, guys, it was physical labor. I had to carry the books. First, I had to travel to the location, carry the books, travel to the bookstores, sell the book, go home. I have no inventory. So the next day I got to wake up, find another couple or find people who are moving, reach out to them, travel to a different location, physical labor. It's still entrepreneurship, being my own boss versus selling digital products, right? Not having to leave your house. No physical labor, no physical items. Just posting content online. You can do it from your smartphone, guys. Look at just some of the sales. If you look down at the bottom, nobody's a dollar sign. I have the link below. I 100% recommend this program. And if you are coachable, you will learn. You have the ability to become a reseller, a certified reseller, if you own their top $900 package. And then you can even take an assessment test to just be a certified reseller. It's a flex because then you know how to really market and advertise online with ethics. And you could do that with any different program. So we're one of the only programs that offers this, right? So everything I'm doing, FTC compliance, right? Federal Trade Commission, just knowing how to make sure that you're not overhyping anything or stuff like that. So you see, I'm in my email showing you my results, not just saying, hey, I made this money, right? And I did not start out this way. That's why I'm showing you when I had nothing and I was just the Craigslist, the books. And I'm so grateful for that couple who gave me their box of books for free. And then it was just so smart to go on Craigslist. And that's my first piece of entrepreneurship. You see that? I was getting busy. So I understand working hard and physical labor. You don't really get pats on your, when they talk about working smarter versus working harder, people who work in factories making soccer balls and stuff like that, they work so hard. It's hot, sweaty. Let's say you're beating iron and steel. It's all hot and sweaty. They don't have $900 days. It's about working smarter. So you see, look, books. Look, if you're still available, people would give me books. Look, I'm interested in the books. People would reach out to me and let me know. So from that, now check this out. Without having to leave the house, having time freedom, doing what I want, dressing how I want. Look, dressing how I want. Not trying to flex or nothing, guys, but you can enjoy yourself and be who you want to be. I'll take it to this. Not to flex, but look, guys, I wanted to do music. So there was a point when I was super iced out. I like the nice things. You see what I'm saying? So I treated myself to a nice watch. I thought I was going to make my first $10,000 doing music. But instead, thanks to this program that I'm sharing with you guys, and I have the link below, I've had $10,000 months. Well, look at just some of these at the bottom. Look, $900, $100. That's $1,000 already. $100, $300, $100, $300, $900, no, $300, and you see two. So let's click on that. So that was also a $900. So look, 900 and 300. So that was $1,200 in one day, right? So you see that 900, 100, 100, 300, 100, 1,200, 900. These are different days. It's not like weeks. These are days. 900. Look, another 900, another 900. Keep in mind, to break even, you only have to make one sale. And I didn't have to leave my house to do this. This is why I recommend this program. And look at people in these times now. So it's not James trying to take advantage of you at all. Look at Christy 3 hours ago, another $900 sale. It put me at $40,800 in 10 months. So if you don't have any money to invest in yourself, find some odd job that you could do to build up some cash flow. And then build up enough money so that you have the capital to start your business the right way. I'm always going to recommend to start when you can go big on your business. If you can't go all in, just stretch yourself. Just stretch yourself a bit. There was a time when I was down to my last $500. I got to show you guys this because the proof is in living it. There was a time when I was down to my last $500 because one of the online businesses that I was promoting, because you see that with digital marketing, you're always your own boss. You don't own these companies. They can shift up on you. So one of the companies I was promoting, they changed their comp plan and people got so mad. People just started quitting like crazy. I was down to my last $500 cash. I joined a program called Infinity Processing System and I bought their $300 package. Look, I have them in my email now. So just so you see, if you have nothing, no one's downing you, but you don't have to stay there or feel like people are trying to keep you down. You got to build yourself up, and you use your money to build yourself up by investing in yourself. You see that? If I was down to my last $1,000, look, you see 3/15/2021, Cash App, you paid Adriana $300 for Pro. That was me spending $300 to buy that Pro package. It gave me master resale rights. Now I could sell it. That program had a $300 program, a $150 program, and a $50 program. This is back in the day. Look, I got my website set up. I started posting it, started sharing it. Someone bought the $150 package. Now I'm close to making my money back. Look, on the 17th, 3 people, Cash App, Zelle, 900. I had a $900 day. Now I'm in complete profit mode. Something I paid $300 for one time, and I'm able to sell for $300 over and over again. 3 people bought it in one day, and I had a $900 day. Through the cash flow that I made from this program back in the day is how I had the money to buy the $900 program for this one that I'm in now, the Legacy Builders program. So you see the progression? If I had to do everything all over again though, I would start with the Legacy Builders program. This wasn't out back then, but they have 4 different packages. So let's say you come up with $500 and you can invest that into starting your own home-based business. I'd recommend get the $300 the $300 passive daily pay blueprint product because it's $339 one time. A $300 for the product, $39 website fee. You'd still have some money left over. When you make a sale, when someone buys that $300 program from you, they pay you $300. So you done broke even. Your next sale, you're in complete profit mode. You keep all your sales. It's not MLM. It's not a pyramid. There's nobody above you just because there's 4 different packages. You get to pick. It's not a one size fits all. You get to pick. Right? If you have $1,000, here's the major difference. I showed you guys just some of those sales that I was making, right? I showed you guys just some of them sales. And I've made more. Look, if I scroll down, look, it keeps going. Look, I'm scrolling down. Look, 900s. But like what I wanted to share, and look, you can see here, this was another $1,200 day. What I wanted to share is that it's never a bad idea to find a way to be in control of your own income. That's my wife and daughter calling me. We're about to go to the beach. Click the link directly below to learn how you can have $900 days. Guys, when you get started with me, you could always reach out to me. I appreciate you. Click the link directly below now. Go to Daily Pay with Famba. Learn how you can earn same day instant payouts with no monthly fees.